yourself, write it down. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I really? Some of you say, like when we're doing introduction, I think my sister said that everybody was just saying what they do. But I was trying to say, to be on the MC side, he said we should talk about what we do, right? So this time, it's not what you do. It is who are you? Who am I? Does anybody feel confident enough to answer that? Who am I? Then the second question, why am I here? I'm not talking about this venue. I've already spoken about this, why we are here. If you think you're here because of Nabi, you're not here because of Nabi. It's not a coincidence. You're here to hear everyone speak. You're here to learn, and this meeting is going to catalyze something in you that you're going to use unconsciously and consciously going forward. Because you're going to hear some things. No knowledge is wasted. No information. Sometimes you think you didn't even pay attention to what the person just said. Until one day, you're not like, it was a Nabi's event that this person said this thing. And you would realize that that is what's moving you forward. So nobody's here for any mistake. So don't follow somebody that said it came because of Nabi. Congratulations. Nabi, you have fulfilled purpose. So the first question, who am I? The second question, why am I here? The third question, what am I really meant to be doing? What am I really meant to be doing? And then the fourth question, what am I doing? There are two different questions. What am I doing right now? What am I doing right now? So I'll give you an example of who am I. Who am I? I'm not a wife, I'm not a mother, I am first a child of God. I am called by God, I am chosen by God. So even though I don't know what He has chosen me to do, even though it looks like I don't know where, how exactly I'm going to do what He has called me to do, it doesn't change the fact that He has called me. Does it make sense? Hello?
Hi.
It doesn't make sense to us. It doesn't change the fact that you are called. What name does God call you? That is who you are to Him. Does God say my baby? Does God say my child? Does God say my baby girl? You know when you hear some things, you say, oh, I'm a son of God. A girl saying, I'm a son of God. And you're wondering, I'm a son, and you're a lady. She knows what she's saying. Who are you? Please, I would love us to respond to it. Not now. If it's something you can just note and go and answer, then you will understand what purpose you're meant to fulfill. Now, when I say what purpose you're meant to fulfill, like I said, the ultimate purpose is to reconcile men to God. Now, the purpose that I'm talking about here is the medium or media that you're going to use to reconcile men to God. That's where God comes in. That's where all our experiences comes in. That's where all our challenges comes in. God, what have you planted me on? Now talking about planted on purpose. So I'll share a brief story about myself. I have so many stories. I don't even know which one to share. But let me see. What does it look like? I'm here to mentor people. I've been through a lot, or I went through a lot in the past. One of it, okay, recently I shared one, so I'll share this one. One of it is academically, okay. So, when I was in, I entered Eniola University for nursing. For someone that doesn't like blood. And that's because my parents forced me to make sure that, because they said I look like a nurse. I don't know what nurses look like, but they said I look like a nurse. So they forced me, and I went to University of Eniola University, and then I studied nursing. I did part 1, and then they advised me to withdraw. And then from there, things started going on. At the end of the day, after spending 10 years in Eniola University, I graduated only at OND. Because I was trying to find myself. And all the while, the question I was asking myself was, why me? I don't know anybody here that's asked that question. God, why me? And interestingly, everybody that I met at that point kept saying, there's a greater purpose for the reason. I couldn't see the greater purpose. Because what's the greater purpose in? It's not like I was a dumb child, not like I wasn't intelligent. I entered that nursing bit on merit list. You know what we call merit list, right? Like I was number first 5 people they admitted for that course. So when I left, I got out of school. I just said, okay, you know what, I'm going back to Lagos. I'm not staying in school again and all that. So I got to Lagos. The second week of getting to Lagos, I got a job in Etisalat. A very good job. And I didn't have connection. So I was doing the job, and I was happy because I was like, okay, it's not about your qualification. You know all those motivation that you are not your qualification. God doesn't call the qualified, qualifies the called. You know all those I was posting myself, I was writing myself. Even still then, I didn't see the greater purpose. And then one day, after almost 5 years, I met a lady. And then I was working in BAT. I just came down from the bus and I was going home, and then I saw this girl. Apparently, we're in OU together, and they knew all my story, right? And then she saw me, she was like, Eniola, where are you coming from? I was like, oh, I'm coming from work. Work? I said, yeah. So where do you work? I said, BAT. She said, ha, do you know what BAT means, right? British American Tobacco. Yeah. I was working as an HR intern in British American Tobacco, someone that just finished OND, right? And she was like, how? The look safe, if you can be working in BAT, me that I have BSc, I'm not even working. So that's life. So I laughed, but I'm sorry. And then I go home, I'm like, okay, what exactly is going on? God said, no, you're not there yet. It's coming. And then a long time later, a lady came to my house, one of my mentees, and she was like, Mama, I've been asked to the job. What do I do? That point, I knew why it happened to me. This lady didn't know my story. In fact, my mentees are here. I've not shared the story with them before. This lady didn't know my story, and she walked up to me, said she really needs to talk, she has been asked to withdraw, she doesn't know what to do. And then I just laughed. I'm like, this is purpose. Forget it. There's nothing anybody can tell me. That experience happened to me so that this lady that God was preparing me for, I would know what to tell her. And I knew exactly what to tell her. She's thriving now, doing amazing things. I just told her, it's okay to be asked to withdraw. You can withdraw. What is most important to you? School? Life? She said, she doesn't even really think. She was just like me. Like she doesn't even really think she has head for school. Maybe she wants to go and start a business and all that. I said school is important if you want to work in an organization. You know, me, I still went back to school. I did long distance, but that was because my company then was saying that if they wanted to promote me, I needed to this. I said, but it still comes to what you're going to do. She didn't go back to school immediately. She got a job, but she went back to school and she's doing amazing. Imagine if I didn't have that experience. That's purpose. Now, that is the planting in purpose we're talking about. I was planted by going through that experience. And trust me, if I didn't come out well, if I didn't analyze my life and think that, you know, God failed me, I failed God, and then leave God, I would not be fulfilling purpose. Are we still together? Yes. So I'm saying that to say that whatever experience you're going through now, that you have gone through before, that you are yet to go through, is not for you. Because purpose is not for you. It's not about you. It's not really about you. It's about the next person. When God created when God created Eve, it wasn't because he wanted to create a fine girl. It was because of what?
I don't know my profession.
It was just because of Adam. So if she had said, God wanted to create me, I am the bang, she wouldn't have fulfilled any purpose. Because really, it wasn't about her. And trust me, it wasn't even because of Adam. It wasn't even because of Adam. It was because God wanted to increase the population. He wanted more people. So, it was Adam. Oh yeah, go and meet Eve. They met. Oh yeah, give me Cain and Abel. Oh yeah, give me more children. That is the purpose. So sometimes your purpose is way bigger than you. And the reason a lot of times we fall under that problem is because we think it's all about you. God, what about me? This person. Some people that we're even seeing that you think is fulfilling purpose, they are not fulfilling purpose. They are copying other people. Oh, I like this lady, she's wearing white and black. Going forward, you need to wear white and black, white and black, white and black. And then you see me, you say, and your last purpose is wearing white and black. I lie. I don't copy somebody else. A lot of people are going through that. Copying people because you feel they are fulfilling purpose. That is not purpose. The only way you would know, God, all these experiences of mine, what am I going to use to do? What am I going to do with it? Is to go back to God. And trust me, you will always know. I'm sure a lot of us have experienced that. Something that's happened to you in the past, and then somebody just walks up to you and says, in fact, there's a friend of mine that posted it and said, God, why now? Why would this thing happen to me? Just the only reason it happened to me is just because I needed one person to tell. It happens to me a lot of times. Me and my husband will finish fighting, and somebody will just walk up to me and say, when my husband does this, what should I do? And my husband just did it to me. I'm not realizing that it's not because my husband's head is not skinny, it's just because God wanted me to quickly experience it. So that when this person comes, I'll be able to fulfill purpose by telling her, calm down. Sorry, you better calm down. It's not that hard though. And that is basically what it is. That is basically purpose. And trust me, purpose is not glamorous. It's not yummy. It's not Instagram. It's not Instagram real. It's not those sweet short combinations that they do on Instagram that you be like, this person fulfilling purpose. It is deeper than that. You can fulfill purpose without being on Instagram and reels. You can. The most important thing is, are you conscious to fulfill purpose daily? Now I'm going to read this. God always uses every twist and turn that you go through into a beautiful picture that aligns His greater purpose. So every day you wake up, please ask yourself, God, what's my purpose? Please, what is my purpose for today? Because you fulfill purpose daily, and your experiences planted you on the purpose of God. Thank you very much.
Sorry for that wrong pronunciation. Thank you so much. So while she was speaking, most of you were writing, taking things down, but something actually got my attention. When she said, who are you? You need to know who you are. It's not just about your profession, right? So for me, I'm a foodie.